is finally in the courtroom. Donald Trump is in New York City, and he's going to have to deal with Alvin Bragg. He's going to have to deal with Judge Juan Merchan, and we're pretty much kicking things off today. So we're live. I hope you guys are able to see and hear me okay here today, this morning. So anyway, jury selection is already underway in a New York criminal case against former President Donald Trump. Now, the case, it is taking place in 100 Center Street in New York City. It's pretty much like a crappier courtroom compared to other ones that Donald Trump's cases have been in. But yeah, Donald Trump is physically present in the courtroom, and we are now underway. I mean, they're in the process of selecting the jury. That we're beyond just talking about it. We were talking about how this date was going to be coming, weeks in advance. We were talking on it about it on social media, Truth Social, but here we are. So at the last minute, though, Donald Trump has actually filed several motions that were aimed at delaying the process. This is a very typical strategy for many defendants that smart attorneys and smart legal teams will pursue. And Donald Trump's got one heck of a legal team. What's going on, Mighty R1? We got Keenan Ripon in here. We've got Yo Swifty. What's going on? And we got Freedom Reign. So yeah. So anyway, so at the last minute, Donald Trump is trying to get some motions entered in to delay the process by trying to get Judge Juan Merchan booted off the case. Essentially, because we talked about this. Juan Merchan, he's overseeing the case. He claims to have been busy handling, multiple motions. But one significant ruling that was made by Juan Merchan is the denial of Donald Trump's motion for the judge's recusal. So basically, Donald Trump was trying to get Judge Merchan disqualified from the case early, right out the gate. But unfortunately for Donald Trump, this was not granted. And so basically the trial proceedings are moving forward despite these attempts to delay them. Now, again, this is strategy. The further Donald Trump can delay his cases, the further he can get closer to the 2020 presidential elections. And if he wins that presidential election, a lot of these cases can literally just get wiped out. Why is Donald Trump trying to get rid of Judge Juan Merchan? Well, the reason why is because his daughter works for the opposition. His daughter has done all sorts of work for Joe Biden to help him in his campaign. He's done all sorts of work for, Kamala Harris. And so it's like, okay, if you have a very close family member, a daughter who may very well live in the house with you from time to time, can you really expect to get a fair trial? So that was the primary basis. Not to mention there was a recent attack on social media through Judge Juan Merchan's daughter's social media account that was basically attacking Donald Trump, to which Donald Trump responded, and they try to hit him with a gag order. It's a mess. So he simply asked to have the judge recuse himself, get off the case, give me a different judge. Nah, they weren't having it. So not a good start. And if I were the judge, I think I would just, but then again, I'm partial because I'm about fairness. And I don't think that they're all about fairness in New York City. What do you guys think? So anyway, by the way, if you guys haven't already, do hit the like button for the video. Totally appreciate you guys' support. Let me know if you want regular updates from me on the Donald Trump trials that is just now starting in New York City. This is the Stormy Daniels hush money trial with Alvin Bragg and Judge Juan Merchan. So anyway, I'd love to hear from you guys. So jury selection has begun in the criminal trial against Donald Trump, basically marking a very significant historical moment as he and former president, he is the first former president to have actually been, face to face with these types of charges. In fact, this case is actually brought by Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, and it revolves around some alleged incidents that occurred about 8 years ago. 8 freaking years ago. Now think about that, guys. Why are we all of a sudden in a hurry to handle these cases right now, right? These were 8-year-old dusty cases, right? Specifically in relation to the 2012 presidential election, which is, the 2012, 2024 presidential election, which is literally only, I think it's like 202 days away now, 7 months away. But I think it's like 202 days away now. Now, despite all of the, this whole historical precedent, many legal analysts believe that DA Alvin Bragg should never have even pursued the case. Now, let me know in the comments down below. Should Alvin Bragg have even brought this case to light? I mean, like I said, these are some dusty old cases, much like Letitia James creating and fabricating some cases out of thin air. Basically, they created issues to interfere with an ongoing election to try to slow Trump down. But let me know, guys. So the prosecutor in the trial against former President Donald Trump is seeking to have him held in contempt of court due to his attacks on some witnesses, or alleged attacks, I should say. So this request follows the judge's decision to not recuse himself from the case, despite a potential conflict of interest, as his daughter works for a Chicago political consulting firm, that has supported President Joe Biden and many other Democrats. So the judge maintained that he's got no agenda and he intends to follow the law, and he ain't going nowhere, despite a gag order preventing or prohibiting attacks on jurors, witnesses, lawyers, and families, and the prosecutors. They're pointing the finger at Donald Trump, saying that he has still made some attacks. Now, I want you guys to hear from Alina Haba, because Alina Haba is sharing her side of the story, which they don't want you to hear.
Reaction. Trump legal spokesperson Alina Haba is back with us. All right, so here we are, 203 days before the election, 8 years later. Statute of limitations have passed. They upgraded misdemeanor and try and use a federal crime to charge Trump. Your reaction to all of it?
I think there's a couple facts that the American people need to know. You mentioned that Cy Vance didn't bring this case because he knew it was a loser case. The statute of limitations had run, and it was based on the now debunked former attorney, Michael Cohen. So what ends up happening, Sean? Let's talk about a key part of history here. President Trump announced that he was running for office again. And sure enough, DA Bragg indicts. You just played...
So we need to slow down the opponent. So we pull up the old 8-year-old case routine. The oldest trick in the book, huh?
DA Bragg's video footage, much like Miss James, who you and I have spoken many times about, who are these Soros-backed, politically motivated people who come out and say, I know Trump well, I'm going to do it again. I did the Trump case, I did that case. Listen, Judge Merchan, Sean, the judge that's hearing this, did the Alan Weisselberg case, put him in jail, not once, twice. You know who else Judge Merchan's having? Steve Bannon. He has Steve Bannon's case. This is no coincidence, and the American people need to know, and for the next 6 weeks, I assure you, I will be loud and clear about what is going on here. This is political. It's election interference. You're not even allowing a father, never mind a former president, but a father attend his son's graduation. And let's not forget Passover. Okay? Observant Jews have a right to go and pray to who they want and observe Passover. And this judge would not allow it. Not for any of...
Unbelievable. Like, I mean, first of all, like, dude, it's like half a day. You could let Donald Trump get out like half a day early to, attend his son's graduation. I mean, come on. Like, this is an 8-year-old case. Why is it so urgent that you can't make a small exception? This is so petty at this point. You know what I mean? Like, this is just petty. And, I don't think Donald Trump's Jewish, but I believe, a couple of his lawyers are Jewish. So it's like, okay, you want to punish his legal team for wanting to celebrate Passover? I mean, like, come on, guys. Come on. I mean, really? I mean, they're really showing their true colors here. I don't know. I can't make this stuff up. So anyway, I can't. And I see you guys in the comment section as well. You guys are kind of pissed off at this. I mean, and the case is just starting. The case is just starting, right? So anyway, so the prosecutor in the trial against former President Donald Trump, they're seeking to, essentially attack him, um, because they're claiming that Trump has attacked some of his witnesses. Now, this request is following the judge's decision to not recuse himself, and this is not a good sign that you're going to get a fair trial. It really isn't. But also, in a related matter, the judge ruled against allowing the prosecution to use the Access Hollywood tapes. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Judging them as being irrelevant to the charges and they're too salacious. Meanwhile, other allegations of sexual misconduct by Donald Trump were deemed hearsay and not proven. However, the case involving a former Playboy playmate who alleges an affair with Donald Trump, part of a catch and kill scheme involving $150,000 payment for her silence, was permitted to be a part of the trial. Very interesting how they're deciding what to allow to be admitted into the hearing and what they're deciding will ultimately be dismissed. But also, you got discussions ongoing about how much of the background of Michael Cohen, who Michael Cohen, by the way, a very key figure in the case, and now a convicted felon, will be disclosed to the jury. Now, essentially, Michael Cohen worked quite closely with Donald Trump over the years, is my understanding, and now he has basically betrayed Donald Trump and will be the witness assisting District Attorney Alvin Bragg in the prosecution hearing. So, but anyway, so the jury selection process, it's still in the very early stages. No jurors have actually, basically, they're still deciding on which jurors will be selected. There's like 42 different questions about their views on Donald Trump in this case. So, based on how they're viewing Donald Trump, they're going to attempt to pick as fair of a jury as possible. Now, keep in mind, obviously, the deck is already stacked against Donald Trump. Imagine you're trying to pick the fairest jury possible in a city of Manhattan where 90% of people in Manhattan voted against Donald Trump. So not a good place to have a trial if you're expecting to get a fair shot or a fair shake. But the trial is expected to move slowly with the selection process, expected to take probably a couple weeks before some of the initial opening arguments begin. But I wanted to give you guys a quick update on what's going on because even though the trial's set to kind of like take a little bit of time to get going, there's going to be updates coming out regularly. So if you haven't already, do hit the like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you know as soon as I release new videos and content. I want to keep you guys posted on everything that's going on. So anyway, let me see what you guys are saying in the comments section. We've got Freedom Rain, we got Tree. What's going on, guys? We got Catalia in here. Catalia says everyone needs to be reading Psalm 91. Don Dallas says in New York, monopolizer's stronghold. You're not lying, man. So let me know if you guys think Donald Trump's going to get a fair shake on this one. Hit me up in the comment section down below. Like I said, thanks for hanging out with me this evening, and I will see you guys sooner than you know. All right, bye.